Hello, and welcome to this video, which is about resetting your wellness. And I want to welcome you to this. My name is Tracy. I'm from Life Improvement, and I'm here to help you live a less stressed life so you don't end up feeling overwhelmed and burnt out, which is often what happens with a lot of stress. So this video presentation is all about resetting your life, which can be the first step of dealing with stress. It's actually a summary of everything that's covered in a program called Hit the Reset Button program. So what is a reset all about? Well, resetting your wellness is all about analyzing your health and wellness and seeing what's working and what isn't, and making small changes that will improve your health and ultimately improve your life. Sound easy? Well, yep, it is. But just because it's easy doesn't mean people can automatically do it. It's also easy to get caught up in your daily routine and habits and without really knowing why you do them or if they are improving your life. So that's why doing a reset can be so helpful. It lets you take a pause, reflect on your choices and lifestyle and figure out where you want to make improvements. So the first chapter is about resetting your physical health. Now, obviously the main things to improve is your nutrition. You want to aim for a good balance of nutrition, not necessarily 100% perfect, but if you're eating sort of 80% good foods, then it's okay to have a cheat day here and there. You should definitely avoid the fad or trendy diets, which just end up on a yo-yo diet. Anything extreme is not a good idea. And one tip is to stock up on healthy foods, because if you have healthy foods in the fridge or in your cupboards, you're more likely to eat those than if suddenly you're really hungry and there's nothing there and you go for the quick option, like, I don't know, egg on toast or something. Then the next thing on your body is to keep it moving. A good idea is to track how often you exercise, unless you regularly exercise anyway. Like a fitness tracker is a good idea, or writing it down in a journal. Trying something new, that's always good because it helps keep your interest high. If you've never done a particular type of workout or was fancy doing a little bit of salsa dancing, that's all good as well. And it helps to have an exercise buddy. If you go for a walk, you've got someone to talk to, or if you're running, or also it gives you someone to be answerable to and for them to be answerable to you as well. And sleep is definitely an important thing to focus on. You need to have a good sleep environment, which means no bright lights in your room. You need to have fresh air. It shouldn't be too hot, shouldn't be too cold. Another idea is to start getting ready for bed earlier, because then you're more likely to get enough sleep, that's for sure. And part of that would be making sleep a priority. So if you really have it set that you're going to go to bed at a certain time, then make that a priority to make that happen. You can also add some other healthy practices to your life, such as taking vitamin supplements, essential oils, or use natural herbs. Next chapter is about resetting your mental health. Now, one way to help is to write down your thoughts in a journal. Now, there's no rules about what or how to write. You just write down your thoughts, and it helps when you put your thoughts down on paper. Then it stops it sort of twirling around in your mind and grabbing your attention, especially when you're trying to sleep, because sometimes it can, you have so much going on that you just can't stop thinking and you can't sleep. Another thing to do would be to change topics quite regularly in your journal, and then allow yourself to write for as long as you need to. Maybe you only need to write for 5 minutes. Maybe you need to write for half an hour. It all depends what's going on and what you want to say. So creating a journaling routine is obviously the best way to actually get it into your life, because once it's a routine, you do it regularly. So it's nice to have a space set aside in your home. Maybe it's in your bedroom, Maybe it's the dining room table, or you have a favorite armchair. And then journal around the same time every day. Now, some people like to do it first thing in the morning. You know, they wake up, start a new day, jot down their thoughts about what they want to do or things that they've got their attention on. And some people like to do it early evening, and some people like to do it at bedtime, whatever works for you. And if you don't have a lot of time, then just keep it short. Just write down a few things and then it's done. Now, another aspect of mental health is self-care. So you mustn't forget to take care of yourself. Self-care has no rules. There's nothing to say what is self-care. It's whatever you feel you need to do to take care of yourself. It's not selfish. It is something you're doing for yourself, but it's for your own peace of mind. And because everyone needs a little time for themselves. The more you care for yourself, the better you can care for others. So it's very important to set aside some self-care time. Revisiting your goals. Now, this is another aspect. You start looking at your past goals and see if they still interest you. If you had a goal from like 5 years ago that you haven't even thought about, that's probably a good sign that it no longer interests you. It's okay to change your mind. You had a goal and it's no longer of interest. Well, don't go for it anymore. And then look at the remaining life goals you have and decide how far you've gotten and make a plan to start working toward them. Goal setting plan is one that's realistic and fits in with your current schedule and lifestyle. Lastly, you can take some time setting new goals during this life reset. So the next chapter is about resetting your spiritual health. So what does spirituality mean to you? Do you belong to an organized religion? Do you go to church? Or do you just feel maybe you just got some basic moral codes and values that you adhere to? This is all to do with spirituality. And you can look at, well, why would you want to work on your spiritual health? So one thing to look at is, well, what feeds your soul? To delve deeper into your spiritual health, ask yourself what feeds your soul. What floats your boat? What lights you up? It's not just what is good for your mental and physical health, but what lights you up, what brings you hope and happiness, what makes you feel complete. This can be anything from nature, the world around you, to specific people, to activities, morals, or forms of entertainment. And when was the last time you were in nature? Nature can make you feel more connected to the world around you and tap into your own inner spirituality. Spiritual people feel very connected to nature and Mother Earth. They spend a good time outdoors among the trees, watching waves crash in the ocean, or exploring nearby lakes and rivers, and spending time right in their own backyard. So during a wellness reset, it's a perfect opportunity to take advantage of whatever type of nature you have near you. What are you most grateful for? Lastly, try to practice more gratitude by writing down what you're grateful for in life. Gratitude often leads to a spiritual awakening, believe it or not, and it's very easy to do. To practice gratitude, all you have to do is create a practice where you write down what you are most grateful for. Very simple, right? You can do this in your daily journal, or you can have a dedicated journal notebook just for your gratitude practice. It can be about anything, big or small. Nothing is off limits, no matter how inconsequential it may seem. And the whole point of this gratitude is you're concentrating on what's good in your life. And the more you concentrate on what's good, the more good things happen. Fourth chapter is about resetting your environmental health. So your environmental health is about the environment where you spend your time, including your home and where you work. Everything about your environment impacts your health and wellness, from how clean your home is to whether or not your workspace and even your car is organized and tidy. So some things to do are organize and declutter. You could do a seasonal clean. We often call it spring cleaning, but there's no reason to leave it just to the spring. And set up a cleaning routine, a regular routine. So once you've got everything, shipshape, spick and span, set up a routine to keep it that way. So maybe it's once a week cleaning on a Saturday morning, or whatever works for you. And then don't forget about your workspace, because that's where you probably spend a lot of your time. So it's important for that to be in good order as well. And the last chapter is about resetting your personal life. Resetting wellness is also going to include the choices you make and habits you have as they pertain to your personal life. This is in addition to mental and physical health and your environment, and can include things like friendships, relationships, goals, hobbies, and finances. So things to do are to check your finances, do a little financial overhaul, make sure you're not spending too much money, make sure your bills are paid and so forth. Another aspect would be to make time for your family and friends. You know, have you gone out for coffee with your best friend recently, or have you met up with your family to do certain activities? And then don't forget about your own interests, because they are also important. Are you trying a new skill or a new hobby, learning to play the piano, or doing something artistic? So that's a summary of the Hit the Reset program. It's all about resetting your wellness. So I hope this has given you a good overview. As mentioned, it's got 5 guides that cover each area that I've discussed here. And each one comes with a checklist, which makes it easy for you to implement in your life. And there's access to a Facebook group for support where you can talk with like-minded people, and I'll be there in the group as well. And the way it works is you'll be sent one chapter every 3 days once you sign up. So it gives you 3 days to work on one, and then before you receive the next one, because I don't want you to just receive the first one and then basically do nothing and then jump onto the next one. So that's why we space it out. Anyway, if you'd like to find out more, please go to my website, www.lifeimprovement.co.uk/reset, and that's where you'll find a page to sign up. Okay, I look forward to seeing you on the program. Bye for now.